So he wants to grab Aiden's character too.
Yeah, I'll grab the sheet there. Where is it? How do I do that again?
PC's button.
Oh yeah, PC's button. There it is. All right. This is our 10th episode of D&D.
Excellent.
The last one was called Earthquakes and Lizard Folk.
Nice.
Is it really already called? Or is it really already episode 10?
Indeed it is.
Wow. How quickly the time flies.
Right? Oh, if you were serious about his inspiration, he doesn't have one.
Everybody does now.
Oh, nice. We all did something, right?
So, I believe we just slaughtered all the innocent.
Oh, God. Watch, we're gonna get around behind their lean-tos, and they're gonna be like a ton of bones or something. Sorry.
Trying to find the map.
Innocent lizard folk.
They didn't kill us on sight.
That's true.
Oh well. So you guys spend the night. Ollie, give me a d20 roll. Nothing happens overnight. You wake up in the morning. Somebody over the night has kind of taken the bodies and kind of moved them off to the side, maybe buried some. Nobody really knows who attended to that, but it is a nice thing to wake up to. So you can tell that the sun is out, but it's still just kind of gray. There's still that constant little pitter-patter of the rain, and then the fog is kind of thick amongst your legs.
Wow, really? Okay. Well, let's see. Let me pull up my sheet here. Well, I'm gonna stretch and say, well, I guess we continue onward, huh?
Today are some extra delicious rations.
That's true. How many? I guess I'll just burn one more ration. I'm down to 9.
Sure. So which direction are you guys setting off in?
Can we?
Go ahead.
Can we see the little marks on the trees continuing?
Give me a survival check.
Everybody,
Whoever's
or
the
just
best.
Mine's pretty
oh,
good.
that's gonna be
I think
8.
we're all really good.
Mine's
Aiden's
plus
got a
4.
+6.
That's true. Aiden does that.
Huzzah! Oh, he does? Damn!
All that ranger
You
and
really know how to track down a bear, Aiden.
Aiden confidently
not
points
hunting
in
down
a direction.
there,
He goes that way.
does it
Y'all
concur?
did really well though. You all kind of see what he's pointing at.
Okay, cool. And so we head.
So you take a few steps in that direction, and Kemmler immediately goes under the water. Ollie is also under the water. Even Heinrich, it's kind of up above your waist. It seems that the water here gets much deeper than it has been previously.
Oh, holy shit. Okay, so I'm
Kendler
gonna.
gets out of the water quick, and he's freaking out. He
I
does not like deep water.
I'll dive and grab Ollie.
The water, like, it's really viscous and it almost sticks to you kind of as you come up out of it. And even though you're kind of, patting down and rubbing it off. It doesn't seem to be coming off very well.
Oh fuck! Are you okay,
very-
Ollie?
Very creepy
This
First-
place
situation.
is awful.
The first thing I do when we get back to town is buy new clothes. God.
Ugh, that's gross. Okay,
I hear ya.
let's take a look around, see if we can see any boats. These guys had to get around somehow.
There were the 3 canoes that were right there on the edge of the water.
Oh. Well, maybe we should use
You do
those.
that.
If I'd found that map, it would have been much easier to see.
Yeah, I was like, I didn't know there were canoes.
I remember them vaguely from last night or last week.
Cool. All right. So, how many canoes are there?
3?
Yes, there are 3, and these are for the lizardmen. So the lizardmen were much taller. You guys inside the shell of them, you do see kind of like nicked away wood, as if like heavy chests had kind of been put haphazardly around, and it's kind of like carved little gouges in the wood of the boat.
Okay. Before we decide to leave, I want to take a look around, see if they had any extra belongings, or if there's any of that treasure that they've clearly been stealing for the dragon
Hold
cults.
on. That mentioned heavy chests in the canoes reminds me. They were losing the guys that they were tracking from on South Baldur's Gate. They were bringing the treasure up. They were losing it in Waterdeep, and it was getting lost between there and Neverwinter. And that's where they were thinking this castle, right? So maybe they were using these canoes to put in the chests in.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
Aye, that it does.
So if I don't find anything around in the area, Kai, then Hind will suggest that I think we should.
How did
There it is. We should split up and take 2 canoes in case there's a problem with one of them.
That's probably a good
I
idea.
was gonna suggest the same thing.
Awesome.
so 2 and 2?
Yeah.
Okay, and who's in which one?
I'll go with Ollie, so we can try to balance out weight.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And then Kemmler and Aiden.
Yeah.
Aye.
Alrighty.
There wasn't anything to be found in the area around the bodies.
They have a lot of like little knickknacks and stuff, like kind of bone and teeth necklaces, a lot of kind of like tribal wear sort of things. You do find some like rings and a few little gems and stuff, but they're not. It's kind of like the cubic zirconian of the Forgotten Realms. They're a little shiny, a little gaudy in some areas, but not really worth anything at all.
Gotcha.
But those are like the highlights of the little collections that all of these lizards have.
All right.
Yeah, remember he wanted my sword because his was crap.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so most of the weapons, like the javelins, are just sort of like kind of handmade sort of deals. Some of the weapons are like militia weapons, kind of, mass-produced sort of stuff. The rest of them are in really, really poor condition.
All right. Then, yeah, I guess if you guys are ready, let's head on out.
Okay, so you get into boats, and you using some of the javelins that you carry with, you can tell that it doesn't really it stays really deep the further you go. You guys are going basically southern. Heinrich, why don't you give me a D20 roll, please?
D20 it is. Lucky 7.
It's 2 7s in a row. So you keep going. It's about noon or so when you notice it starts to get a little darker, and then almost immediately it's brighter.
What the heck? We come out from under the trees?
It's still, you can kind of see through the trees a little bit, but it's still overcast, still raining. You do kind of see like a darker shadow kind of moving across, but you're not quite sure what it is.
Okay. Can I
Weird.
perception
wanna-
see what it is?
What was that, Ollie?
I was actually going the same direction he was. If I could tell a perception check or anything.
Sure. I mean, sure, give me a perception check. So Ollie looks up and he's like, it's a space station. And Heinrich's like, more likely to be a large winged beast of some type.
Oh shit. And then Aiden looks up.
Aiden agrees completely with Heinrich.
Interesting. Large winged. How large are we talking?
Building sized.
Oh shit.
Oh, well, that sounds pleasant.
I don't think I'd be unreasonable to suspect that of being a dragon. Let's try to
Well,
keep
seems
quiet.
larger.
it doesn't find it larger than a dragon?
Well, I would immediately like us to go as stealthy as possible.
Aye.
Aiden's gonna go ahead and pop Pass Without a Trace if you guys think that sounds good.
Couldn't hurt.
How long does that last?
It lasts an
Up to 1 hour.
hour, yes.
Cool.
Kevlar, why don't you go ahead and give me a stealth roll too? So Heinrich is shouting out loudly at everyone, duck down, don't let anyone see you.
God damn it, even with Pass Without a Trace?
Kemmler cups his hands over his mouth. I agree totally, we should be very quiet.
Whoops. So how does that work? Oh, spells, Pass Without a Trace is a level 2. Got it. Okay.
Yeah, so the spell effect itself is just a reminder. You'd have to go in there and actually adjust the modifier for that.
Gotcha.
Because for some reason it doesn't work. So you guys, you don't hear anything. It's just like there's a constant like a susurration of insect noises, and water dripping and the constant rain. The shadow passes over one more time, and as it passes, it kind of thins out on the edges and then thickens out again, and then you don't see it again for the rest of your trip.
Those are its wings. That thing is huge.
Everyone give me a perception check. So the rest of you guys are apparently playing cards in the back of your boats, but Heinrich, however, notices a slight glow coming from kind of behind a little copse of trees that you guys are just generally making. You're not going heading directly towards it. It's kind of off to the right a little bit, but there's a definite yellowish glow coming from that area.
Okay. Just to confirm, we are all still wearing our dragon cult robes, right?
As far as I know, yeah.
Yeah, I picked mine back up and put it back on.
Okay, cool. So that being said, I'll turn to Ollie and say, that didn't go very well last time. I'll try to play the part a little better. I'm just no good at this subterfuge bullshit.
Hey, this is what they hired you for, right?
Yes.
Lords Alliance. They said infiltrate.
They did. You are right. I'll try to refrain from killing anybody I don't have to.
We'll see how it goes.
Actually, from this point forward, when it's clear we need to play those kinds of, make those kinds of plays, I think we should follow Ollie's lead.
Well, Aiden and I are in another boat.
Well, I'm saying it so you guys
are close enough that you're able to kind of whisper to each other.
Yeah, it said it so you guys can
Okay.
hear us too.
Aye, sounds agreeable.
With input from
Yes.
Maiden, since he's also...
Yes, I do as well think this plan is good.
Okay, well, In that case, shall we go see what the light is?
Sounds like a good idea.
I think so.
Alright, so we head towards the light.
Okay.
Okay.
As you get closer, you can tell that it seems to be flickering. It seems to be some torches set on. There's a little bit of a dry land, and then the trees behind it are much thicker. You can't really see past them very well.
Okay. If we don't have any objections, I think we should keep going, get closer.
Aye. Aw, dang it.
What?
I have the hiccups.
Damn!
It's more like, damn.
So as you guys get closer, you see what appears to be like a thatch hut kind of thing. So there's 2 canoes that are kind of pushed up against the shore. There's the little thatch hut, and then 2 torches there as well. You don't see any movement or anything nearby though.
I don't guess there's any reason to hide our canoes then.
Alright. I guess we'll just go up and land and see what's up.
Yeah.
Okay.
If that's what you two want to do.
Indeed.
I'll look to Ollie. This seems like a good time for you to take point.
So as you get up to there, you notice there's almost a path that's kind of been beaten down a little bit, leading back into the thicker tree area.
Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna start walking in front and follow the path.
Wait.
I'll-
Wait,
We check into this hut real quick.
why would we check into the hut? Wouldn't that be suspicious?
It's
I
all over
suppose.
Heinz' head. He's like, I don't know.
You're good.
If we're trying to blend in, walk with purpose.
That's a good call.
Follow me.
Good call. Let's go.
Oh, jeez. So Hind is like trying to look less threatening. As small as his big ass can be.
By the way, I would take my dagger and kind of hide it under my, just in the clothes somewhere, just in case.
Okay, just one moment. Oh, of course I did it backwards. Lovely.
Backwards.
It's fine. You'll be able to see it all. Hold on. Of course there's no thing here.
Just a reminder, in case it comes up, the leader's name was Severin Salrajan.
Something like that.
Okay, giant map incoming.
Awesome.
No.
Ooh, awesome.
So you follow the path through the woods. At one point, you swear you hear something behind you, but you don't see anything. And you finally come out on a path that kind of opens up into a giant clearing. There's some stockades to your right. There's a bunch of kind of more the thatch huts and stuff to the left across a little bit of water. And standing in front of you is this.
Holy cow, so a grid square is 20 fucking feet? Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it is.
So this castle has obviously seen better days. It's not crumbling like some of the other, like the Cragmaw Castle was, but there's definitely been damage done to this before. And on the top is a great brass dome with some holes in it, obvious damage to it too. But you guys have never really seen anything like that much kind of shiny metal up at the top like that. And then all the other little huts are kind of like the thatch and wood that you see in the foreground there.
Okay.
Okay.
I would be willing to bet that dome is probably the boss's room or something.
All around you, too, there are collections of lizardmen, and then there are also frogs, basically, but they're bipedal talking frogs.
Oh, jeez.
Are they like intermingling, or is it kind of like they're one's on one side and the other's on the other side?
Yeah, trying to find a picture for you here. So a bunch of those kind of guys, walking around, or their long tongues shooting out to eat insects all the time. Mostly crude weaponry, and a few of them are a little better armor, not just kind of like the little leather there. They've got like the studded leather, and their weapons are much better quality. Still, it's Hindy, you wouldn't really go into battle with them, but compared to what you've seen before, much more higher quality.
Okay.
So far, a couple of the wandering guards have kind of looked your way a little bit, and they're kind of ribboning back and forth and kind of pointing towards you. But for the most part, everyone else is just kind of going about their daily lives.
Just under my breath to everybody behind me, just walk with purpose, and I just keep walking forward.
Yeah, we'll all try to fool them as best as we can, following Ollie's lead, but Hind mumbles under his breath, "Fucking ribbit."
Let's go ahead and just use Aiden as where you guys are going.
Oh, gotcha.
Because these are such large squares.
Or do you want me to move it further than that?
So to the south there,
So, to clarify, because I guess I didn't really understand, our mission for the the Lord's Alliance, are we just supposed to find the gold, or are we supposed to?
you want to find out as much information as you can. There's rumors that the gold's kind of making it this way. So if the horde is here and you recover it, that is fantastic. If there's another step to the path, then you'd probably want to investigate that as well.
Okay, so it wouldn't really complete our mission to be like, "There's the gold," and leave.
Unless you slaughtered all these guys.
Right. Okay.
Just out of curiosity on that subject, how many of the frogs and lizard guys are we talking about here? That we can
several
see.
dozen of each. And actually, in the far distance by the two large, not the castle things, but the two large tents there, you see two purple-robed individuals. They look like a human, possibly a half-elf maybe, walking into one of those larger tents. To the south, as you guys pass there, hold on one second. Jesha sends her best. So
Awesome.
to the south, in that pendant area there are giant lizards. They look to be about almost 10-15 feet long, a couple of feet tall, and you see one of them actually has like a saddle on it.
Oh. Do they look like they can swim?
Probably, yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna keep walking towards the tents where we saw the human
no
or the
picture.
half elf.
And we will follow suit.
Aye.
So these long houses are made of reeds bound into long, thick bundles and then bent into an upside-down U-shaped ribs. The spaces between the ribs are latticed and thatched with more reeds. Each longhouse has a single woven door in the center of one end wall. The construction technique used in longhouses is ingenious.
They're definitely not dumb.
They're lizard men. Primitive, not stupid.
Are you guys gonna go in or just hang out, or you do hear sounds of activity coming from inside him?
I want to approach, and I want to just try to listen in real quick before we do anything else.
Okay. As you walk towards it, the door sort of like opens up, and the two lizards, lizard men, come in, leave, and then they're followed closely behind by two purple-robed individuals. It looks like they're both human, actually, and they kind of push by you without even noticing you and walk up towards the castle.
Oh, nice. I kind of jerk
I'll
my
lean
head
over
towards them,
behind.
like we should follow them.
I lean over behind. This is going well.
I just
I don't
growl.
I'm not sure if we should follow them just yet. On second thought, let's follow them, but at a distance. I want to try to be able to overhear anything that's said between the humans, but preferably not too close to draw suspicion.
Okay, roll me a stealth check.
All of us?
Yes, please.
Oh boy.
No.
We're not very good at this.
Do we still have?
Disadvantage -1.
Well, I was going to ask if it's still passed out of the trace, but I'm not sure if that would count here.
That would have worn off by now.
Okay.
So Hayden disappears.
Nice.
Still need one from Kimmler.
Oh, didn't I? Oh, it was the perception roll. Jeez.
Nice work.
Weird. Maybe I mispicked or something. I don't know. Who
Yep.
knows?
As you kind of turn to follow him, two of these frog men step in front of you and kind of cross their spears and stop you. And they're like, "What are you doing here? Who are you?"
I'm sorry, my friend. We're new here. We've just come to speak with the leader.
Why would you speak with the leader?
Well, shit.
What?
Just. How long have you been in charge here?
Plenty of time. Why do you ask?
Well, surely you're not the one in charge.
Well, Parbex is, of course.
Of course he is. What was that name, just real quick, so I can put it on the notes?
That's what you heard.
Okay. So we're not allowed in the castle, then?
Of course you are. I haven't seen you before, so I'm wondering who you are.
Well, we're new, and I apologize for just thrusting this upon you so suddenly. But, we come on behalf of Venomfang, the, green dragon of the north.
Oh, there's a dragon here? No. There's not, is there?
Venomfang is a green dragon from, Neverwinter Woods.
No. He's black. There's a black dragon. There's no green dragon here.
I'm not talking about any black dragon that's here.
Don't speak his name.
I won't speak his name.
And
But my
the
friends
second
and
one, visibly concerned, and his eyes keep kind of looking up. And then he gets distracted by an ant, or not an ant, but a flying thing, and eats it.
My friends and I, however, we come here on behalf of Venomfang, who is a green dragon from very far north of here. And we would like to speak with the other humans and sort that are here.
Well, they're all up in the castle. I don't know if you are allowed in there, but you are not allowed here, so please move along.
Where are we? We're here at these two huts?
Yeah, where Aiden is on the map right there.
Okay, I'm sorry. I thought they were trying to stop us from going in the castle. I was confused. My bad. Okay, into the castle then.
Don't be talking about ring dragons here. There's no such thing, and they kind of waddle off towards the north.
No such thing.
Okay. Once we're out of earshot of them, I'm just gonna say I think Parblitz may be the dragon you saw.
They say black dragon?
Mm-hmm.
That's not good.
Okay. Is there anyone guarding the door here?
So there's a stout wooden gates and an iron portcullis. It's about 12 feet wide, a 10-foot tall gateway. The gates are wide open. They almost seem like they're kind of blocked open. There doesn't seem to be anybody at there immediately, though.
Okay, we're just stroll right in then.
With purpose. I'm like repeating that to myself because I do not know how to stealth. With purpose, with purpose.
With purpose. Calm down, Hind.
Oh, here it is. Hold on. You know what? I'm not gonna stealth this one. Hold on.
I don't necessarily feel like trying to stealth exactly. It's just
Well, I have a fog of war it.
oh,
hell am I looking for? There it is.
Ugh.
Even larger map coming. I'll give you a half an hour to resize this so you can see.
Nice.
Oh.
Well, that makes things a little better. I'm not really concerned about there being any traps, and I'm going to regret those words later, I'm sure, but I don't feel any need to just start checking for traps here at the front door, so I'm just going to walk right in.
Makes sense.
So there's a lot of activity in this first room. There's sloppy mud covers just basically the whole floor. The floor is like stone once you get up into the castle proper. There's just sloppy mud just everywhere. There are planks that have been laid out from the gateway to the causeway. So there's about a 10-foot wide boardwalk that goes over and through, in some cases, this mud. But the whole rest of the area totally covered in mud, and there's about a dozen or so of these little frog people, and then there's 6 giant frogs, like actual giant frogs, just kind of like hopping around and milling about in this area.
Jeez.
Are they looking at us or raising their heads or anything?
It doesn't matter. We should just go forward. Should we go upstairs or down the hall?
I would say down the hall first.
So you can see that there are stairs leading to a higher level of this, and then from what you've seen from the outside, there is an open causeway that goes to the east.
Okay, that's the direction we're going to go then.
Shit.
Are you guys staying on the boards, or are you going through the mud?
Yeah, we'll stay on the boards.
Yeah, we'll stay on the boards for sure.
Sounds good.
Okay. Everybody, roll me a dexterity save.
Biscuit. Well, at least it's not disadvantage.
Right?
Might as well have been.
Crap.
So, an 8-2.
Oh, I'm sorry. Dexterity saved.
So Aiden kind of does a little hop move as he's walking, and then just keeps going around the corner. Ollie, you notice out of the corner of your eye, one of these bollywugs was looking at you and kind of like turned around and like flipper-footed some mud up towards you guys. So you managed to kind of get out of the way. Kemmler, however, just face first right into this little spray of mud. And Heinrich is kind of like covered by what didn't hit Kemmler.
Oh, nice.
Awesome.
Nice little Kemmler-shaped clean space in front of him.
Heinrich growls audibly.
As does Kemmler.
Yeah, the actual one that did it, you kind of lose sight as they're all kind of hopping around, and you hear this creepy bubbly sound that you're pretty sure is laughter.
Pretty sure that means they don't exactly get along with the cultists here.
Well, since there's no specific target for rage, I'll just look over to to Ollie and
No target. You must all die.
So what can I see down this hallway?
It is 180 feet of more stone. There's no roof on this part, so there's a roof above, like what you're just coming out of, and then again in the towers of the castle ahead. But this is just like open to the gray sky. And as you cross it,
Well, did we see the guys that were walking in front of us?
no.
Okay, then we just keep walking forward then.
All right. About 3/4 of the way on the right side, there appears to be like a bump or a half circle in the wall that you probably would be used as like a fighting position or something. And if you look back, you'll see that there's arrow slits from the front castle that can kind of shoot down to anybody that's in this middle section.
Oh,
How wide are those? Like, if we had to get out in a hurry, could we get through them?
Yeah, you could go through the north one to jump into the moat, and that's kind of been broken down just a little bit.
nice, good eye.
Otherwise, it's empty in this area.
Okay. Then just keep going down the hall and up into the main area there.
So this main area here, the outer ward, kind of right in there. The ground here was once kind of hard-packed earth, but in front of, right about there, it's been kind of churned up into mud with a lot of movement. There's a couple bullywugs and some lizard folk here. The lizard folk appear to be, some of them, two of them are kind of training one of these large lizards, and the rest are kind of, doing, calisthenic kind of things, sparring with each other. And the bullywugs seem to be kind of like most of them are just kind of lounging around, but a couple of them keep kind of like, yelling at the lizard folks, and the lizard folk kind of, stop for a moment, and then they kind of start exercising even harder after the admonishments they get.
So I just want to point out that my shield is across my back, and the face of it is facing my back, so that the Lord's Alliance emblem is not blazing in front of me.
Sure. I mean, you can even kind of hide it under the robes.
Yeah. Sounds
My
good.
shield should probably be hidden too.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's several doors in this area.
Yeah, is there any evidence at all of what path may be the most traveled?
So, between the two, so the door right there, that is obviously a lot of foot traffic, and then the southern door also, and then the northeastern one, those two double doors, that is a lot of much larger. Like it seems that that's where like the lizards are coming from.
Okay.
There's a lot of the second north on the west side. This one over here. There's a lot of foot traffic leading to this one also.
Okay. Let me get this straight. We've seen a lot of bullywugs, we've seen a lot of lizard folk, we've seen 2 humans, right?
And a few half elves, he said.
Possibly, you're not entirely sure, but yeah.
Okay. I was expecting more cultists.
Where is the... This is a courtyard, right?
Yeah, this is open to the sky.
We see that big metal dome?
That would be the hexagon, I guess, just ahead of you there.
The middle turret?
Yes.
Yeah. Or wager
Himmler points that out. Perhaps we should go check that out?
I'm a little concerned that we might be welcome there first thing. Let's actually check the second floor, maybe. And
which way do you want to go?
This door to the east here.
Alright, let's do it.
He did say this one had a lot of foot traffic, right?
Absolutely, yes.
Okay, then I'm gonna push that door open and step inside.
Okay. You open the doors, and 12 bullywugs eye you suspiciously from a room that might have once been a tidy barracks once. Now it's largely empty of furniture, much of the floor is churned into mud, and the stink of these things just permeates everything.
I'm gonna keep walking in and towards the stairs.
Okay. As you start to, some of them, they kind of like raise up on their hind legs and start moving towards the stairs. What are you doing?
Going upstairs.
No, you're not.
Okay. I'll turn around.
Yeah, and he kind of puffs up and he's like, oh, I told you so.
I'll back out of your way so you can get out of
Alright.
there.
If we're not going up in that way, you said the one to the northwest had a lot of traffic?
Correct, yes.
Okay, let's try that then.
Maybe we should go through ones that don't have a lot of traffic.
What I'm trying to figure out is which way the humans, the cultists, are going.
That's what I'm saying.
Well,
Probably
that's a fair
not the
point.
same way as the frogs.
Yeah, it's got a good point. So
Is there a way that's like traveled but clearly not as well? Or can we do like Aiden do like some sort of survival check or something to see if he can tell
give me a
human
survival
footprints?
check.
Aiden is
Have Aiden's,
survivalist.
So there's mostly a lot of that mud. I mean, you can even see it seeping under the barracks that you just came from. Across the way, there doesn't seem to be as much mud. Very, very little. And then the first door to the northwest there, the southern one, it's well traveled, but not in the messy way that the bullywugs have.
There we go.
And just below you is it's much clearer, just quite the same way.
These doors don't have like. Well, no, that wouldn't be a good idea. Never mind. Which way do you guys think?
I'm with Kemmler. The way that looks like it's not as messy.
Okay. Let's go to the one on the west then, just right across from us. Does that sound good?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. I mean this one over here, right? This one?
Sure, okay. This door is slightly more ornate. There seems to be kind of carvings into it, but they've kind of been worn away with the weather, so you're not entirely sure what it is. As you open the door, however, it becomes clear that this must be a chapel of some kind. Everyone give me a religion check.
Yay!
Are you good at these?
I have +3.
Nice.
So Kemmler knows exactly what's happened throughout the entire history of this chapel.
Jeez,
Awesome.
that's handy.
Natural 20, nice.
Woo.
So you can see signs that there's been various deities that have consecrated to from this chapel. Currently, however, it appears as if dragons are the deity of the day. A lot of multicolored dragons. All of the it's the chromatic, I think, are the evil ones. So it's the blacks, the reds, the whites, and then the greens are all over the place. You do also see the multi-headed head of Tiamat. The workmanship is surprisingly good. Most of the visages on Tiamat, however, slightly more lizard folk than dragon, perhaps.
Wishful thinking, maybe?
Well, yeah. You kind of get the sense that maybe the lizard folk had been made to create this for the cultists.
Makes sense.
Starting to get the feeling that the lizard folk are a little bit subjugated side here.
Yeah, you do see one purple-robed guy kind of off to the side, kind of just kneeling down with his head down and his arms clasped or crossed.
I don't want to bother him, but I do want to step into the room and take a similar stance nearby.
Just Ollie or everybody?
Yeah, I'll follow Ollie and mimic his stance, doing my
As
best
will
to
Kemmler and Aiden.
try to blend in.
So when the heavier armors of you guys walks in,
Really quickly, we don't all go to the same place. We kind of try to spread out so we don't look like...
still stand
Sorry.
next to Ollie,
Yeah, that'd be
just
weird.
like a line behind him.
Oh, I do. I stick right to Ollie because I'm really trying to follow his lead.
So when the metal armored of you guys walks in, you kind of catch a quick glimpse of the guy looking over kind of disdainfully at you as you break his reverie. But then he quickly turns back and closes his eyes and calms himself again.
Hein mumbles, sorry. So I moved you guys in there because I wasn't sure where you'd want to be in the room.
It's fine. What if that room to the south doesn't appear to be a door on it? Can you see anything in there?
Yeah. To the south.
Yes.
The south looks like, if you go towards that, it looks like it's arrow slits pointing down to the causeway. There's some cobwebs throughout this room, but other than that, it's completely empty. Hayden does point out that the chest of or the bust of Tiamat, something's a little off with the geometry of it.
Interesting. With the geometry?
What about the...
Yeah, he's like, there appears to be like a line or something across its throat.
Weird.
Huh.
Can I do a history check to see if I would know any stories about what that might mean?
You can't think of anything offhand that would have done this. Ollie, with your experience, you see that this might be some sort of a container or compartment or something.
Oh. Interesting.
Okay. What about the door to the west down there in front of us? Is there anything special about that door?
To the west.
That one.
It's just it's a normal door. It doesn't seem to be locked.
Okay. I'm gonna push it open, and after I made a reasonable attempt to seem, reverent towards the room we're in.
Yeah, the guy doesn't look up as you move towards it.
I'm gonna move into that room.
This, it looks like this might have been like the rectory before. It clearly was like a priest's chambers before, but now instead of one bed, there are four kind of pushed up along the curve of the wall. All the cabinetry and everything in there seem to be empty, though. There is signs that the beds have been being used, though.
Is that staircase there?
Yes, it is.
Is there any evidence of anyone's belongings or anything like that?
User joined your
Not
channel.
really any belongings, but hey, Derek.
Derek?
Hey,
What's up?
what up, boy?
Hop on in, man. Let me relinquish your sheet here.
Oh, if there's nothing in the room, as far as anyone's belongings or anything, I think we're just
Like
gonna go upstairs.
Like the beds are obviously being used as of recently, but there's not like chest of drawers or anything like that.
Okay, really quickly, Derek. After we killed those lizardmen and we took a long rest, we woke up in the morning. We got in some canoes, and we stumbled upon the castle that we're looking for. It seems to be inhabited by the cult, a bunch of lizard men, and frog people.
Whoa,
And...
what the fuck?
Yes. So now we're in the castle after, because we're all dressed in the purple cloaks like the cult members. So we've all made our way through their camp, which is kind of pretty darn small, into the castle, and we're moving through the castle now.
What the fuck? It didn't take y'all long to find that shit.
No,
It
it didn't. It's gone pretty
Well,
smoothly.
it was like a day and a
Well,
half.
I was gonna say it did if you consider the fact that we were looking for it for like an hour the other night.
No, the other night we stopped at the encampment.
Yeah, after we went into the bog.
Which took pretty much all day to get there. Remember, because that was right at the middle of the night. We were about to camp, and that's when I saw the
Damn it, Kai.
campfire.
You made it
Sorry,
sound like
what?
it would take us forever because you were like, God, I have to find you in the swamp without guides.
Took you 2 days.
We got lucky and saw that path of burn marks on the trees. Without that,
Oh, so that led to it.
who fucking knows? Pretty much, yeah. We used their boats from the
Can I
camp.
get a map?
No?
Y'all have one up.
Yeah. It's a pretty nice
Pretty
map.
big
So,
map, so it'll
Are you
take
guys
a
going
sec.
upstairs?
Yeah, I want to go
Yeah.
up there. I want to, on the way up, I want to listen to see if we can hear anybody up ahead of us, though.
And just so you know, we've seen a lot of potential foes getting this deep in, so if something were to happen now, there's going to be a lot of fighting to get out of here.
So
Right,
all
we've
the more
passed at
XP.
least 50 enemies.
here's the worst part about this. This map is turned on its side. So I didn't notice this the first time I ran through it, and it was so disorienting.
Oh,
Map is turned on its side.
you mean the one we're
You'll
about to
see in
get
a
going
second.
upstairs?
Oh,
Oh,
north is the other direction. I see on the corner there.
Oh, yeah, north is to the right. Weird.
Oh, that makes it even worse.
And
Yes,
this
exactly.
one north is facing upwards now.
So, in your minds, rotate this counterclockwise 90 degrees, and
So, okay, cool.
And we're following Ollie's lead, but I think that we pretty much agreed moving forward that for situations where stealth or trickery is needed, we'll follow your and Ollie's lead. Because
I just want to make something clear for myself. If I zoom in and out of the map and move it around, it doesn't affect your guys' map, right?
No.
no.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
quit moving my wrap around.
Usually I would fog war all this, but that would just slow us down even more. So this is a library. There are books and manuscripts stored in wooden shelves. It looks like it's not like a really nicely made library. It's kind of a makeshift one. So it looks like this kind of salvage wood that had made all the bookshelves and everything. There are 5 cultists in here. 4 of them look a lot like you guys in the robes. One of them, however, is much more ornate. It's a larger black cloak with kind of long winged shoulder blades, or shoulder pads.
Okay, well that's obviously not
Is
what we're
there-
looking for.
Is there anything of interest in the room as far as anything set out or?
I mean, there's over 100 books, which and there's manuscripts and scrolls. You see lots of maps, all sorts of stuff. For somebody that was into knowledge and learning, this would be just a treasure trove.
Okay.
Kemmler likes all these books.
So does Aiden.
Now let's just mill about just for a little bit and see if anybody finds anything interesting. Just
Yep. Can I roll
check-
perception to see if I find anything?
I want to check some titles too and see if there's anything
Maybe
interesting.
investigation? Hey,
What the
it's
hell
these
is that?
guys.
That's
That's the
the
leader.
one guy.
or the teacher, or whatever that guy is?
He does appear to be kind of in charge of this area. The other ones are, more initiates, maybe acolytes kind of thing. And they're sort of, filtering the books and kind of putting them back in places and stuff.
Ah, so would this be a perception or an investigation check? See if there's any good books.
It's clear, even if you know anything at all about knowledge, that these are all like the highest quality, the most dense with knowledge books that you guys have ever really seen.
Holy shit! Not what I expected.
Yeah, I mean,
impressive.
you're just reading some of the spines from where you're standing. You can see, astronomy and magic and mathematics and time and travel,
Wow.
all sorts of stuff.
Free
There's
XP
history
for knowledge
books.
learned.
You're gonna have to get a library card.
Kemler's like, was this our goal? Was this our goal to get here? This
I
is
don't think
awesome.
so.
Even Heinz impressed, and he doesn't give a damn about
Well-
much more than weapons.
The goal was to figure out what these guys are up to. How?
Excuse me, you're too loud.
I apologize.
If you're here to organize the books, get to work. Otherwise, get out of my library.
Yes, sir. Right away.
Oh, we'll back down the
So
stairs.
we go back downstairs.
So I usher them to a side wall. And I tell them, well, the goal here was we need to find out what they're up to and how they plan on bringing Tiamat back. Any other information seems kind of trivial to bring back to the Lord's Alliance, doesn't it?
That is important. I would say that the actual location of the gold hoard, or what they're doing with it. I mean, I guess they would probably end up being the same thing, but that was the main thing he mentioned for us to be looking for.
It would basically be the same thing. I mean, finding out what they're up to and how they plan to summon her would effectively tell us, hopefully, where the gold hoard is.
You know what I'm kind of thinking, guys?
What's that?
I'm kind of thinking we should go to that middle tower, the middle turret.
Hmm.
I told you.
I
Yeah.
think you're correct. Common sense would indicate that most summoning circles have their origin at the center of things.
I'll tell you what's going to happen. We're going to go in there, we're not going to be welcome, and this is going to turn into a fight. I will guarantee you. But
Do you
I
have
think
any other
that's...
ideas?
The other option is just to wander around. Let's go. Keep moving.
You're probably right.
We're talking
So,
too much.
So for Aiden's benefit, the room you guys are in right now on the ground level map, that is a freshly carved chapel to Tiamat. And the cultist that had been in there seems to have left.
What was in that back room? The,
Wait, so this circle to Tiamat encompasses this entire compound?
What?
You're not sure? But this room that you're in right here is clearly a chapel to Tiamat.
I'm not looking at a room right now. I think I'm on a different map. I'm still upstairs.
yeah, we're on the ground floor now.
You see that other map, Castle Naerytar, ground level?
Oh. The other one's so big.
Yeah, what you can do is right click and then go to minimize and it'll drop it down to a little icon. Ollie, that other room is a storeroom, it looks like. It looks like all kind of the broken pews from the chapel and everything, altar cloths, corroded irons, just kind of been dumped in this room from the chapel.
Okay. There's nobody else in the room, just the four of us, right?
Correct.
I want to take a closer look at that, the dragon sculpture. I'm not touching it, I just want to take a close look at it and see if I can figure out anything about that thing.
The one with the slit in it?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah,
Careful, my
so
friend.
so Aiden, you've gotten a natural 20 when investigating, and you kind of point out that there looks to be like a line or a crack or something in the middle of like the black head of the dragon.
A line or a crack in the middle of the black cat.
And Ollie had inferred that it was probably
Everybody-
a container.
Let's break it open.
Does everybody know what Tiamat looked
Absolutely
like?
no breaking anything.
Why not?
You
I
break
do.
something, I break your fucking kneecaps. I swear to God.
What if I decked one of the priests?
We'd probably leave you here.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Considering our last run
Trust me.
with somebody that got decked.
I get the distinct impression you're gonna get your fill of fighting before this is over. There's a lot more of them than there are of us.
I'm just messing around,
Oh,
Ollie.
yeah.
I'm not quite savoring this battle in this place. Is a bit too many enemies for my taste, I think.
So is there anything else on that table that, besides the possible container?
I just want to share this.
Yeah, that's not
That's
terrifying at
Tiamat.
all.
So cool.
Yeah, fuck that. That's a lot of dragons in one. Hell
Yep.
to the no.
That is the Dragon Queen.
Yeah,
No, the dragon god. It's the chromatic dragon god.
Okay, so
She is referred to as
what are
the
you
Dragon
doing,
Queen,
please?
though.
I think we need to check this statue for Arcana.
Okay, but no touching.
go ahead and give me an Arcana check.
Who's got the best Arcana? There we go.
Not this guy.
Did somebody give you a roll?
I did. You don't really notice anything magical about anything.
Well, I'm no expert in magic, but it looks clean to me.
Okay, let's keep going. The longer we stand in one place, the more awkward we look.
Are we not gonna look inside?
No.
Okay.
And I want to move to the north to the further north door.
Go ahead and move to where you want.
That one.
Okay. This one does show signs. There's a lot of that mud kind of tracking over from the barracks on the far side.
Oh, you're here now, Aiden. You got yourself.
Huh?
You gotta move yourself.
Pick yourself before you wreck yourself.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will push the door open and start walking through.
Okay, this is clearly a great hall. There's lines of tables, and it's just about lunchtime. So there's about 12 cultists and 4 more of those librarians, I guess, that you see here. Tables in half the halls, the upper half, are covered with valuables. There's, stones and looks like some glass vials. Lots and lots of coins, all that sort of stuff. And of course, there's a dozen or so cultists and a handful of the dragon claws that are here, kind of eating and carousing around.
We're just walking by, and as we're going, I just wanted to see if I can catch anything interesting in any of the conversation around us. But we are walking towards the door just north of that.
Okay. Nobody really pays attention as you go up there. Are you gonna open that north door?
Yes.
The one on the side or the one up top?
The one on the side.
Okay. It's not locked, but there is like a heavy latch that you have to move to get it open.
Okay, I will.
Jax, you coming with us?
Nope.
Okay, this opens up into another courtyard. This one's a little better shape. It's not as much mud, and you do see some large lizards off towards the north edge there, kind of in the bushes.
Are we gonna go up into the tower?
Yeah, I think we are. I'm gonna walk towards that door.
I'll go through the Great Hall one last and shut it behind us.
Okay.
Ooh.
That's interesting.
So those large blue lizards are kind of milling about up north, and they hear you close the door, and two of them look over in unison at you and start kind of hissing and charging towards you.
Okay, I keep walking then. If they're guarding that door, I'm not going. I'm gonna turn away from the door.
That didn't
Okay.
sound like
Go
it was
ahead
a
and
warning.
I'm gonna roll for initiative.
Exactly.
Oh shit.
Fuck.
Ah, 0.
Sorry, I rolled mine in the tower without even thinking about it.
That has happened
Kemler's
many a
just
time.
staring at the brass dome.
Drakes.
I wonder
This is
what's
close.
up there.
Pretty
Oh,
close
that's
to being
right, hold on.
dragons.
There, Gaiden. That's what the castle looks like from the outside.
Nice.
Remember what I said about not being welcome? I told you it would turn into a fight.
You called it.
So Aiden gets the jump on everybody. You see those two drakes, guard drakes, charging towards Ollie.
Cool. I'll target Drake number 5. Actions. Need to go for initial wounds, so I guess. Oh, guys, we didn't use my pass without a trace before we entered this room. That probably would have helped.
We're in full sight of everybody. It wouldn't.
Yeah, we were.
But
Yeah, you guys have been getting by with the cloaks so far. And these beasts either don't recognize what the cloaks are or have misidentified you or identified you correctly.
Grand. Okay. So sharpshooter and hunter's mark.
Okay. Getting off to a great start.
Yikes!
Okay.
You got 2 attacks though.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah. 21.
That is a solid hit.
Wham.
Wounded with a 24. This is gonna be tough, guys.
So
Just
this
a
one,
hair.
you managed to get the arrow in between 2 of its scales, and it kind of just hisses mightily, and it's shaking its head as it starts to charge towards you. Hydric, you see Aiden take 2 shots. One of them goes wide. What do you do?
Well, just real quick, describe what's around the room immediately around me. Is there anything I can use to barricade that door behind us?
Good thinking.
So this is it's outdoors. There's no ceiling. It's kind of like an inner courtyard kind of area.
Gotcha.
And so you can hear like kind of like the water splashing to the north and beyond the outer wall. There's really nothing else in this area though.
Okay, so you said there's a heavy latch on this door, right?
It was on the inside. Yeah.
Oh, so there's no way I can affect that from out here then?
Can't lock it from the outside. No.
Can I use Talon to bend one of the metal pieces so the latch doesn't work, so the door stays shut?
Sure. Give me a strength check.
Come on, Bessie. Just a little piece of metal.
Yeah, you put Talon in there and you start to kind of bend it, and it almost seems like Talon's gonna snap or something. Instead, the metal kind of gives way and cuts into the wood a little bit. And it looks like it's gonna be much more difficult to open that door now.
Wicked. Okay, would that be my action?
Yes.
Okay, then I'm gonna turn and use my turn to charge 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I'll go right about here.
Alrighty.
And that's me.
You're weaponless now, right?
No, I just used it to bend the
Yeah.
wood like a crowbar.
So
Uh.
5 was charging at Ollie, and then took a pretty nasty hit from Aiden. And here comes a delicious morsel right at him. So at the last moment, he kind of veers towards and pounces at Hendrik.
Good.
I like to be useful.
He's gonna try and bite at you with his teeth, while it's simultaneously swinging his tail around, trying to hit you with that.
Nice.
Why won't you target? There we go. The teeth find purchase. Kind of. Teeth kind of scrape against your new scale mail armor.
So it did 1 damage and I completely resisted? Or was that 1 damage after the resistance?
After the resistance, so he did
Gotcha.
4 damage and then you resisted 3. The tail, however, it's the grating of the teeth kind of shakes its head a little bit and the tail doesn't make it around.
Cool.
Guard rate 2, however, follows through on Ali. It's a full-on rush. Almost tries to tackle you down. But Ollie is just, he's kind of doing that, like, quick little, oops, didn't mean to be here walk, and just sort of, like, prances out of the way.
Nice.
So how are you going to repay this guy's love and affection towards you?
I'm gonna move around this way, just kind of.
I can totally see Ollie just, like, kind of walking, he just hops over the little head as it snaps at you and
Right.
turns around.
And
Don't be rude, reciprocate.
I'm actually gonna go for the one that's here after Hind.
Okay. So Ollie's going to slay Colossuses.
Oh.
Ugh.
Do you get 2 attacks?
No, I don't.
Oh.
What was that? 15 feet of movement for me? I'm just gonna stay where I'm at.
Okay. You guys hear from around the corner, kind of more of the stomping, galloping feet as another Drake comes around.
Yay, drakes.
These things are so sexy.
They're pretty cool.
Keller, your time to react. You just see
Alright.
the third one come around as one's still focusing on Hind and the other one's kind of thrashing after Ollie, trying to get his tail in on him.
Okay. To start, Gamler is going to. Yeah, alright. Gonna raise his hammer in the air. Oh. I have so much abilities now. And I'm gonna bless you 3. For Moradin! And then he's gonna charge forward up to guard Drake number 2.
Sweet.
Oh, we don't have the targeting spells. Or skills.
What do you mean?
Wipe all the targets and stuff. It's all good.
Hold on.
You let me get lazy.
Do you see them now?
No.
Do you see a lock at the top of your thing?
The map? No.
Nope.
I do.
There we
it is.
go.
Okay, so
Okay, so that was my action. I run up close. And I use. Where is that one? Did I target it? No. Guard Drake, and I use Spiritual Weapon. Stop! Hammer time! Yeah!
Nice.
Damage! Yeah!
Nice. +7.
Alright, I put the hammer directly on the other side of the Drake from me. Cool beans. Alright, so that was a level 1.
Do a select all targets for me, the button thing you use.
Who, me?
Kemmler, I guess.
That one or that one?
Okay, good. So, because like when I do it, I target if there are any hidden creatures. I just wanted to see if you would.
Oh, okay. Oh, that is so cool.
So suddenly, for a quick moment, you see Abandon appear and then disappear as he pops out of existence.
That's not actually
missed
happening,
something.
is it?
No, I put a hidden mana just to test that real quick.
Okay.
Alright, so Aiden, it's getting a little hard to see your target there because you've got 3 of your friends and another in the way, but you don't care because you've got Sharpshooter.
Dope.
Way
All right.
cool.
Yep. So at this point, I can go for. Did you cast Bless?
I did.
Yes, you
You
do
were
have less.
He's so good. He's just so good. Alright. So
You shouldn't need it, but you do.
Oh, trust me, I'm gonna need it. Take off Hunter's Mark, DM.
Well, okay. You're gonna have to recast it again if
That's
you.
fine.
Well, yeah. Never mind.
It's fine.
Okay.
Alright.
Oh, that's right. Okay, so you drop your concentration on Hunter's Mark and cast another spell instead.
That's right. So we're going for Colossus Slayer on Drake 5, as well as Hail of Thorns.
So I think you need to hit first.
Oh, do I?
And then you'll cast, because it's the next time you hit a creature. That's when you do the roll.
Oh, okay. Alright, cool. It hit it.
Wham!
Damn.
So do I roll my damage and then Hail of Thorns? Or Hail of Thorns and then damage?
You'll do the normal damage first, and then you'll do the cast,
Okay.
and then you'll do the damage from Hail of Thorns.
Okay.
Based on the result of the save.
Yeah, however, I think...
Nice.
Boom. Boom. And then it's a D10.
Yes, it's the little red drop next to it. This is gonna hit Hind and Ollie too, though.
I'll deal.
It's not very much damage, but it might be enough to push a Drake over the edge.
Do they get a roll a save?
They did,
Yes.
yeah, they automatically roll save when I cast it.
Did they get their +1?
Well, we didn't get to roll saves because we weren't targeted by
Yeah,
it.
so target those two, and then do the cast on the spell again.
Cool, because
okay.
I was like, because they need to get their bless roll. Oh.
Okay.
1 success, 2 failures, rolling damage.
Why? No, you gotta target me and Ollie, not the other guard drakes.
No, I still have to target the other two. Because it's Hail of Thorns, I'm not just hitting one Drake. That's why.
Well, no, it's 5 feet of the target, so it's going to be Drake 5, Heinrich, and Ollie.
Drake 2's not within 5 feet?
No.
No.
10.
Oh, dude, I don't want to use Hail of Thorns then.
Bummer.
Yeah, fuck Hail of Thorns. I'm not using that if they're not, within 5 feet. I fucked that up. That is
You've
my
already
bad.
been rolling all kinds of dice for it, though, man.
Yeah, I would call that one a happen already.
Alright, fine. We'll
Sorry. Now we know, though. I didn't know it worked that way either. Or I would have recommended against it myself.
Yeah, it's basically like a grenade kind of thing.
I'm control clicking Ollie. It's not doing anything.
It do
Use
his
the combat
cloak.
tracker.
Yeah, or the
And
combat
we-
tracker. It's
Oh. Oh, that works. Okay.
yeah, and then hind also. And then cast again, and then cast again, and then do the damage again.
It would still hit.
Well,
You
you've
already
already
hit
hit
it,
him.
Oh, okay. Alright. Well, crap, guys. Sorry.
No worries. It's all good.
It happens, man.
So,
That's a lot of dice.
think
I
it-
just
They
I think
got
it double
success,
clicked.
so they take half damage.
Yeah, so just do single click the damage. Oof. Okay.
we each take 5.
Yeah, but Heinrich only took 2
Ooh, cool.
because you've got that heavy armor thing.
Wow, so,
From here on out.
well, the good thing
So-
about that, Derek, just to point out, is that I partially resist that damage, so don't worry about hitting me with that from now on. I won't hold it against you.
Alright.
Ollie, though,
I'll be alright.
that time.
Ollie, suddenly you get a face full of daggers from out of nowhere.
Nice roll, though. Perfect 10.
Or thorns.
Indeed, 10. I don't think we've ever rolled a 10 on a 10
Oh, wait, I
sided
get
dice.
another attack. My bad.
Yes, you do.
Does Rain of Thorns happen again?
No.
Uh,
no, it's a
yes.
one-time cast.
It's a concentration spell.
But isn't the wording
So
the
every
next
time
time
you attack.
he gets a hit, so it lasts until he gets a hit, and then it goes away?
Well, it's the next time he gets a hit, he adds the spell to effect.
Right, but to
But
me
it's a
that means
constant-
that one time.
No, it's a concentration spell, so it's every time he
Yeah,
attacks.
it's-
as
Yeah,
long as
It
it's active.
stays, the duration is up to a minute.
But it doesn't
So
say
this is-
every time, it says the next time.
Well,
No,
it's
it's-
concentration. This is basically an area effect hunter's mark, kind of.
Okay.
You know, because since it's concentration, it's going to be every hit. So
Alright.
And I can't afford to take it off, guys.
What
'cause
that
it's gonna
wording
cost me
was
a spell
saying-
slot.
What
Well, I
that
can't-
wording is saying is,
it is poor
when
wording.
you
Yeah.
get the hit, you can cast it.
I'm gonna go ahead and take it off. Because I'm just gonna keep attacking Ollie with it, and I don't want to do that. So it's gonna cost me another spell slot. That's fine. So I'm taking off Hail of Thorns.
Bellslotosaurus.
Yeah, thank God I have 4 first level spell slots.
Okay, so I'm totally wrong.
Just the next attack.
Hail of Thorns lasts until you hit a creature with a ranged weapon attack, or your concentration ends, whichever comes first. That is directly from the developer.
Cool.
So
There you
it
go.
is worn off already then.
Awesome. So recasting Hunter's Mark.
Well, didn't you
Uh,
already use your
you've
bonus
already-
action? For Hail
Yeah,
of
you already
Thorns?
used it for the Hail of Thorns.
That's right. Alright. Go ahead and take
And-
that off. So I have to do a regular attack.
Yes. You
Sorry,
can still do sharpshooter though.
Still getting through my spells here.
It's all good.
I also want to point out we're in the first encounter, and there's dozens of these guys. So don't spend all your spells just right here.
Right.
28 to hit.
Wow. Yeah, that hits.
Goodness.
For only 5 damage though. But
And that wasn't with the sharpshooter, so I don't think you're ever gonna be able to miss anything.
not less
So Gardrake Vibe is just assaulted. You know, you've got multiple thorns kind of sticking out of him, and they're slowly kind of, you know, fading out of existence, and you just see kind of blood welling up from where they were through his scales, and then this new shot just right through an eye, and he's just kind of thrashing around wildly, trying to stop all these ranged attacks against him.
Finish him, Hind.
Oh yeah. All
Yeah.
over it. Oh, okay, yep. I was waiting for the bling, but that was a while ago. Okay, so yeah, I go ahead and I how do I want to do this? I want to
He's in bad shape.
just stab him through one of the eyes.
Okay.
Wham! That's a hit. And I'll have to go for the eye again.
Go for the eyes, boo.
Yes. There we go. Much better.
So you see, you know, these thorns just kind of bounce off your armor, and you just come up and you just stab twice right in his face, and you know the second stab just kind of goes in, and there's this like sickening crunch as you push through its skull, and it just kind of goes limp on your sword. And falls down.
Yeah. Boot him off with my foot.
Nice. Guard rate 2 is still turning around to
Oh, I'm
try
sorry.
and take a bite out of Ollie.
My movement, I want to get up in this one's face.
Okay.
And that's it.
Kemmler kind of, you know, he sees the tail swinging around, and he just raises up his Lightbringer and stops it short of hitting Ollie,
Oh,
but he does
cool.
get some teeth into the back of you.
Kemmler's like, I
What do you
see
wanna
what you're
do with
doing
that?
there.
I'm gonna turn around to Kimmler and just give him a wink and swing my sword at this guy.
I got your back, Ollie.
I mean, really, guys, the AC is not that high. Have these
And-
nearly 30 hits.
I'm gonna use my cunning action to disengage and move towards that door.
Okay. Teeth snap at you, but you know, you get away.
You're far too cunning.
He's a cunning linguist. Guardrake 1 sees Heinrich charging at him and goes to bite your leg off.
Ah! Ooh, ouch.
Well, he meant it too.
Yeah. He gets a big solid bite and kind of thrashes a little bit. You almost lose your balance. Then he goes to off-balance you with his tail. And unbalances himself instead.
Nice. I'm gonna pop a riposte on that. So, on top of
Okay.
whether or not... Does he have extra effects, or is it just a miss?
I haven't set that up yet, so no.
Okay. Then, yep, I'll just go ahead and swing at him while he's floundering with his tail. Yes, perfect damage.
Man.
Wicked.
Yeah, so he's kind of trying to bite you, and you measure his movements exactly and meet his tail and almost cut it off.
Sweet.
Kemmler.
All right. So Kemmler gonna
You have a
adjust
very
attack.
disappointed Guardrake in front of you.
I'm right here, you dragonic piece of crap. Aw, or not.
Womp womp.
If only I had
But
someone
hammer.
to bless
got
you.
Another one. Yay!
That one
Yeah. Nice.
Magic hammers for the win.
Magic hammer.
Haha, I got you with that one.
Just imagine how confusing for the Drake that must be.
Right? He dodges your hammer and takes a whack to the back of the head. The paragraph of modifiers. Yeah, nice work.
Yeah, so Guardrake 1 just hisses, you know, he's kind of shaking and turns a head, and just these dark, beady eyes bore into Aiden after identifying where that hit came from.
Nice damage too.
Oh,
Woo-hoo-hoo!
bingo!
He did. Blam.
Oh, Aiden's
Hit
like,
red.
yeah, bring it, and then just you know, arrow right through the middle of his head, and head snaps back, and you hear a crack as it just drops down.
Why is that one less than the other attack? That's crazy.
That was the strongest one, and Aiden just basically two-shotted it.
Wicked. Okay.
I thought these things were supposed to be a challenge.
Crack.
Keep your voice down.
Yeah.
I'm having too much fun.
Hind laughs. I hear you. And I come up behind this guard drake, and I want to show up the magic hammer with my magic sword. So I just swing down at his rear leg, try to take it off.
Blessings of Morden guide your hit right in there.
Nice.
But you kind of hit the scales and kind of slide off just a little bit.
And then I'll try it again. That's much better. Trying to take
Wait,
his leg
what was
off.
that? Oh, you did the hit again. Okay,
Yeah.
well, yeah, there you go.
And that's
So this drake is it's kind of fearing for its life a little bit, and it's kind of like looking all around, hisses at Ollie as it realizes it can't safely get to you, and he's gonna go for the dwarf.
Oh no! Ouch!
The rage behind these attacks, you know, gets a solid bite in, and he just kind of rips back and forth, and you feel something kind of break inside you a little bit, and then the tail swings around and hits you, and your head's kind of shaking back and forth in your helmet. Ollie, you see Kemmler just get ravaged by this angry, bleeding, nearly dead drake. What do you do?
Run up with my short sword and try to cut its head off if I can.
Alrighty.
I reroll once.
Okay.
Good save. Good save.
Halfling luck.
Nice.
Beautiful.
That's exactly what you do. You just walk up and you know, you slice its head off, and its teeth are still in Kemmler, and he just kind of like, you know, shakes it off and throws the head down.
God.
I look up behind and Kimmler and say, "Hide those bodies, quick!"
I was right already there with you. And I'm gonna throw them out this opening here,
Perfect.
just in that corner there.
Okay.
And you said it's raining and there's
everybody-
no roof here, right?
Correct. Yeah.
So I'll try to mess up.
It's not really like a heavy rain. It's more just like a dismal drizzle.
Right, but there's puddles of mud, right?
Yeah.
So I'll just try to kick up the mud everywhere so it obscures the pools of blood or whatever.
Okay.
And I look at Ollie.
Somebody give me a stealth check.
Freaking stealth.
How long does your hammer last?
Minute.
Oh, okay.
No, yeah. a
Yeah,
minute.
a stealth check from Aiden too, please.
While Hind is doing that, that'll take about 10 minutes, right? What you're doing?
God, I hope not.
Well, if we
I
don't,
want to heal us in the best possible way.
I was gonna say if we don't hear anything while we move those bodies, then I would like to suggest we take a short break here, but that's up to you guys.
Not here.
Yeah,
Not here, no.
It needs to be... Okay, hopefully, and I'm just playing off of a hunch here, if they're here to keep people out of this tower, maybe that means people don't come in the tower very often. So,
Um,
they do a break at the tower.
So you do notice the northwest tower up there? Is that northwest? I guess that's northwest. The large tower to the northeast of that map. The door from that seems to have been torn off its hinges and is laying on the ground.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Well, that's cool. Alright, well,
Is there
maybe...
any shouting or anything like that happening?
Not that you can sense. Nope.
Okay.
Awesome. Great.
So, middle tower or the other one he was talking about?
Middle.
Might as well go into the middle. That's where we were going
Okay.
before.
First thing I want to do is I want to check it for traps. If there's one that's going to be trapped, that would be the one I would think.
To this middle door.
Sorry?
You're checking that middle door there?
Yes.
Yeah, give me a, what is it, tools check?
Well, just looking for...
Oh, investigation then, sorry. As far as you can tell, it is not trapped or locked in any way.
Okay. I'm going to push it open.
So the entrance to this keep, there's kind of a raised 3 steps above the level where you guys are right there. So just inside the door, there's like 3 little steps that go up. There's off to the side, you can see that there would be bars that could lock this in place, but they are unlocked at the moment. This looks like a smaller version of the Great Hall. There's a couple tables, there's some benches, but other than that, there's nothing really here.
Nobody?
No.
Okay. Everybody inside then.
Hide inside. As we get inside, I want to lock that door. Is that the door you were talking about? The hammer's gone, but I'm going to leave it over there just in case. Well, we're probably done on the first floor. But...
I do think we should probably check the rooms behind us first before we start resting.
These ones
agreed.
here?
Yes.
Yeah.
I also
Maybe
want to
we can rest in one of those rooms.
Yeah. I want to go to that back door before we start resting. And first I want to put my ear to it and listen, see if there's anybody on the other side. Maybe look through the keyhole if that's an option.
Sure, give me a perception check.
Classic.
You cannot hear anything.
Okay, I'm going to push it open and I'm going to step inside then.
Okay, give me a dexterity check.
Check or save?
Check. No, sorry, save. It's too late for the check. So as you push it open, you just start seeing green. The rest of you guys see from the door jamb above this thick green arrow basically just shoot down and just engulf Ollie's head.
Oh, want to grab him and pull him back.
I'm sorry, a thick green what?
An arrow made out of acid, basically.
Oh, nasty.
You take 21 points of acid damage.
Oh, man. Right to the face.
I think that puts you down, dude.
Oh, yes. You drop dead as your skin just kind of bubbles.
Unconscious. Careful with the D word.
Or is it D word? Because there are things that can do that.
Damn. Well, since I grabbed him and pulled him back from the door, kind of shake him and he's not responding, and I'll look up at Kendler. What do we do?
Aiden looks over at Han. Han, quick! The anti-venom!
It was acid, not poison.
God damn it.
I stabilize him with Spare the Dying. It's one of my cantrips.
Well, we gotta bring him back to life, so we might as well just use a heal.
No, but let's go in the room first.
Just leave him there?
Oh, we're gonna pull him into the room.
Okay. Okay. Well,
He's a tiny little halfling. Let's go to the room, and then we'll take him in there, and then I can heal everybody fully.
all right.
Instead of
Well,
using the spell to heal him a little,
After
and then
discussing
another
that
spell
with
to heal.
Kemmler, I guess I'll. You've stabilized him, right? We don't need to do a check or anything. You just do it.
Nope, he's just stabilized. Yep.
Awesome. Okay. Well, I'll sling him over my shoulder and follow you guys in.
Watch your health, Hind.
Oh, I'm fine.
So where are you guys moving to?
Moving into.
Through the door. I'm gonna go through first.
Okay. These appear to be probably guest rooms of some kind. They're very warm, very luxurious. There's kind of a bed on the far side of the room.
Nice.
There's nobody in here though.
Nope.
Get in, get in, get in. Is there any way for me to lock the door once we all get in?
Yeah, I mean, you can go ahead and try. Give me a dexterity check.
I want to wait till Aiden comes in.
Oh, I tried to.
I know. I'm giving him shit.
So where are you guys moving to?
Where the rest of us
No
are.
one's
We're just...
moving anywhere. Waiting for Aiden to come into the room so I can lock her.
Okay. Yep. So now he tried to lock the door.
So where'd the arrow come from?
It was a trap.
Yeah, trap in the
It
door.
was just above the door, basically. It was a magical arrow.
Acid arrow to the ear.
Yeah, I was thinking if it was going to be a trap, it'd be at the front door. I didn't even stop to think I should check the ones inside.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm still unconscious. I shouldn't be talking.
Yeah, so right where Ali is, that's the bed.
I'll go ahead and. Is he still covered in acid, or can I just clean that off him real quick?
Yeah, I mean your gloves are thick enough that you can just kind of wipe it off and prevent any further damage.
Okay, I don't want to
Alright,
burn
so
the bed.
did I lock the door?
You believe you did, yes.
Alright.
And then yeah, I'll put him down on the bed.
Guard the door. I'm gonna go ahead and do a healing chant.
Affirmative, and I'll put my back up against the door.
So as you step towards the door,
Oh shit.
you're about there. You hear a chuckle coming from Ali, you think, and then suddenly there's a huge thunderclap.
Ah!
What?
What the hell?
My ears. I fail. Asbara Joss.
This gentleman appears standing in the corner after having just
Did it not hit
cast
Aiden?
a Thunderwave spell, and he did get close enough.
Well, that was cool.
So he appears. There he is. Boom. And he's like, "You fools! What are you doing in my room?"
Well, that explains a lot.
I step forward. Kemmler steps forward. I'm sorry, our friend here was just attacked by those lizards outside, and I just figured we might be able to use this bed so we could get him to feel a little better.
You have 1 moment to get out of my room before I kill all of you.
Kemmler
You should
looks
know
at
better
Aiden.
than to be in here.
Kemmler looks at Hind and kind of shakes his head. Like, are we doing this?
No, I'll calmly walk up and pick up a Ollie. I'm sorry, sir. try to walk back towards the door.
Aiden will cover your all's back as you leave the room.
As you start to leave, he says, "Stop! What are your names?"
I, without even thinking, honestly, straight up tell him my name. Heinrich Kalendi.
Drelmorer will hear about this, Heinrich Kalendi.
I'll nod. Okay, then. He lets us
And
go.
we continue out the door anyway.
Yep. Oh, shit. Who sits invisibly in the corner of their own room? What a weirdo. Just in case someone comes in. I
Once
don't
we
always sit
are
in my
out and
room,
the door's closed,
but when I do,
Once
I'm
we're out,
invisible.
Invisible. You would have heard his trap go off.
That's true. That's true.
So Ollie is still dead.
Unconscious. But stabilized.
Well, do one death save, Ollie. If you get a 1, you're dead.
Success.
Okay.
nice.
So you'll be able to get stable.
Well, Kemmler used a stabilized spell on him when we first pulled him out of the door.
We haven't
Yeah,
got
but
hit
then the
with the
thunder
thunder
spell.
wave.
Oh, that's right. Okay. I gotcha. Forgot about that.
And that was an automatic fail because I was already unconscious.
Right, totally. Okay, so...
Alright, so we should go somewhere where I can heal us properly.
I don't think we're gonna be able to barricade anything. Just do what you can, and we should keep moving.
Fine. About my... Guess I don't need to heal Aiden. Aiden is okay. Alright, I pull out the Amulet of Askickery. The Will of Moradin forever!
That's
And
great.
I... Where is it? Mass Healing Word.
Oh,
Yay.
beautiful. Holy shit. That is delicious right there.
Indeed.
Hein stands up to his full height, kind of flexes his muscles like he's feeling really good, and he pats you on the shoulder. You are my new favorite little person.
Oh, well, thank you, big person.
Oh man, you
Yes.
got 3 level spells. Wow.
And
As
I'll
Ollie's
set
coming
down
around.
Ollie.
It's just, what the fuck was that?
I'll set you down on your own feet.
Well, you got hit by an acid or arrow made of acid.
There's a bit of
and
a
we
stink
took
bomb
you
in the
into
door.
a room, and we put you on a bed. At which point, some invisible fellow decided that you needed to be brought back to life, so he thunderclapped you, and unfortunately, it just seemed to help stop your heart instead of start it. At which point, it kicked us out, and then Dwarf here started your heart again. So you're good.
I look at
Hi.
Aiden, and then I look at Kimmler, and then back at Aiden. What?
So the door bursts open, and this guy is in there again. He says, "Stop casting your spells and get out of my rooms."
That one, Ollie, he stopped your heart while you were in that room over there.
Let's go, guys. Let's go. And we just leave the the tower. Oh,
Really? You just go out the door? I thought we were going upstairs.
he won't let us go upstairs. He said, "Get out of my rooms." I'm pretty sure that includes upstairs. Let's go.
Okay.
Right now is not the time to fight a mage.
You hear the door barred behind you as you leave.
The big one right there.
That
As
you're just
I'm
ahead of.
gonna start walking towards that tower. This direction. Just walk with me, talk with me.
I...
Aiden says that major's an asshole.
Okay.
Yeah, he is.
We don't need to say things like that in his earshot. And why is my head still pounding? God.
You took a thunderbolt to the miniature body that you had.
While
Pretty
we're
sure
walking...
that would result in a
Yeah.
head.
Miniature?
Oh, wait.
Aiden grins
While we're
down at
walking,
Ollie.
I heal you
Miniature.
further, Ollie, because you're pretty fucked up.
Oh, cool.
Oh, thank you.
Better? You were looking pretty rough.
I felt better.
Well, hopefully
I've
you're
felt-
feeling okay again.
Looks like
I
you just
felt
got
better
toasted.
Waking up in a tavern after a long night of drinking.
That was a hell of a stink bomb in that door.
You look like some breakfast I've eaten.
Okay.
It's good to have you.
All
back a
right,
little bit.
where are we going?
Towards this tower.
So
I
further
have to
this
get
way?
ready. I have to get ready for training.
Okay.
Okay. Do we want to break now and pick up after training, or
Yes.
Okay.
Alrighty.
I could use some food?
Yeah, me too. I hadn't had
Before we
dinner
do
yet.
that, Ollie, give me a Constitution save.
Oh god, no.
And you throw up all over Aiden's shoes.
Well, you rolled a 3. You throw up in your mouth a little bit. This tower is disgusting.
Ugh.
We'll describe that later.
Alright, I'm gonna go grab some food then.
All right. I will see you all when we get back.